In this episode, NASCAR takes on Watkins Glen, Josef Newgarden coming to GTP, and Jordan Taylor leaving Corvette. Welcome to episode 258 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. McRow, big news.
Oh.
Motorsports games. You ever heard of them?
I have. Why have I heard of them?
They're the developer that was doing really poorly.
I was going to say, wait a minute. Aren't they the ones that hosted the, was it 24 Le Mans? Or whatever it was that Max Verstappen was in and it crashed and it was like a big, long, drawn-out thing that was just horrible?
Yeah, they goofed all that stuff up.
Yeah, They cocked it up.
They were in a contract deal with NASCAR, of all. They're also in a contract deal currently with IndyCar, but NASCAR dropped them.
Oh!
So the NASCAR license, as far as video games go, is currently up in the air. And we're going to get a new company to build a NASCAR game here pretty soon. The gaming community is super excited about this.
Are they?
Yes, because they hate motorsports games.
Side note, have you used motorsports games at all?
I don't think I've ever played one.
Okay.
I've only heard bad things, though.
Okay.
The sim racing community absolutely hates them because they've goofed up a bunch of stuff. They've made some not very good games, and they tend to make promises that the game is going to be the best thing ever. And when it releases, it's a buggy mess. It's way too expensive. It's never as good as they say.
So they're writing checks they can't cash.
Yes, constantly. And apparently they had to ditch this contract with NASCAR for cash to keep the company afloat.
Oh, shit, son.
So there's a likely scenario that Indy and NASCAR, and I think that they have the rights to Le Mans as well.
Yeah, because I think that was the only one that could run the officially licensed 24 hours of Le Mans, whatever.
They have Le Mans. They have the Indy 500. I don't know that they have the Daytona 500 rights for sim racing, but all those might be releasing very soon, and we could see some other studios pick them up. I hope it's like iRacing, but at least someone better than motorsports games. Please.
Maybe Assetto Corsa.
Sure. Anybody. Somebody who can do it properly, because the community has been peeved at them for a while. Yeah. Reasonably so, though. Reasonably so. So, speaking of NASCAR, NASCAR was over at Watkins Glen.
Yes, they were.
Weekend.
In New York.
Yep. Now, this track, they don't run the boot layout, which is the longer layout.
And you know what's funny? I always forget that NASCAR doesn't run the boot layout until I'm watching them, and I'm like, why do they go straight there?
They do run the bus stop, but they don't run the back boot section, which is it's like another mile of track or something. It's not a ton of track. But it does make for some better racing if they run the boot, in my opinion.
Way better.
Yeah, the bus stop does give you some action in NASCAR. And watching these guys race these cars was entertaining and boring all at the same time.
Yeah, it kind of is weird.
Now, there were some road course ringers that were there. I think that there was 2 or 3 of them.
So Andy Lally and Rockefeller were there.
Right. Now, in the past, 1 weekend ago, the last race that they were at, there was 5 or 6.
Lot. Yeah, there was SVG. There was, who was the other supercar guy?
Brody Kostecki.
There was Kamui Kobayashi.
Yep.
There was Lally. There was Rockefeller. Yeah, there
was a lot. This time, all the V8 guys had their own race to do, which, go watch those highlights, because V8 supercars,
God, that racing is something else.
They are good to watch. They were doing their own thing over in Australia, so they couldn't make this NASCAR race, which I'm sure SVG or Kostecki would have wanted to come over and race it, but they got their own championship to go figure out.
I would have loved to watch SVG just mop the floor.
I would have loved to watch SVG. That's all you needed to say. That's it.
Fair.
Didn't need anything else. At least in a race car. Overall, this race started with some interesting shenanigans going on between some cars. There was one car that nudged the barrier just with the front after losing it through the bus stop.
That was Suarez, I think.
It might have been.
I think it was Suarez. Where he came through and he tried to give it full opposite lock while he was full sideways in the air. That's not doing anything, okay. But then he surprisingly managed to just keep it so perfectly, just barely enough off the wall where he just gave it just the slightest little kiss. And then drove away.
No problems.
No harm, no done. No harm, no foul. Nicely
no problems. he lost a bunch of spots, but that's to be expected when you spit and touch the wall. This race in general, though, was like a green flag fest with, I think, one yellow because somebody ran out of fuel. Also, yikes.
I think it was Chase Elliott that did too. Of all the people,
how does your team manage to, like? I don't know. I don't understand that.
Because it's NASCAR. They don't.
But
they're turning right. They get all confused. They start turning right. They get confused.
Yikes. Anyway, he ran out of fuel. That brought out the only yellow. There was some okay racing after that. But who took down the win?
The win went to Mr. William Byron, followed by Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell.
And I think that's William Byron's. It's not his first win this season. I think he's won a couple of races this season. So.
He's got, 59 points for the season so far.
Okay. He's doing pretty well. I'm very certain that he is locked in for the playoff run, which is good for him. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of different road course race tracks out there, and I kind of wouldn't be opposed to them moving away from Watkins Glen.
Where would you rather them go?
I want to see them...
Lime Rock.
Sure. Lime Rock would be fun.
Mid-Ohio.
Yep. Mid-Ohio is where I was thinking initially. Laguna Seca. That'd be great. Barber. That'd be fantastic.
Ooh, Barber would be fantastic. Yep. I always forget about Barber.
Not like Indy. I don't want to see that. I don't think I would want to see him at Sebring. That just sounds like a disaster.
No, they would just die.
Yeah.
They would just die. What about either VAR or Road Atlanta?
VAR would be really good.
That'd be cool.
Road Atlanta would be that'd be fun. That'd
okay-ish.
Be weird. That'd be weird.
It
yeah.
would be.
I think Laguna, VIR, or Barber would be my go-tos. Yeah. So that was NASCAR. Now, moving on, we have some interesting news as far as drivers go.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of racing this past weekend, but there was some pretty big news for driver lineup changes coming up.
Yes, there was. So, kicking it off, Mr. Josef Newgarden is going to make his GTP debut in a Porsche Penske.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, this is the Indy 500 winner.
Yes, it is. To see him in a GTP would be cool. He's going to have some initial slowness to him to learn the car.
I'm really worried about his outlaps.
Yeah.
Because everyone in a GTP car complains about how coming out on cold tires on those cars, it's impossible.
Yep. We've seen it happen many times with the BMWs where they stuff them in the wall because it's cold tires.
Especially the BMWs of all.
He's a very talented driver. He has a great attitude. He's actually super funny on social media. I want to see him do well. He's in a team that is competitive. We'll see where it ends up. I will say the GTP battle in IMSA is so competitive, it's going to be very difficult for him.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for him. He's joining I think it's the number 7 Porsche Penske. So that he's got, as driver teammates, he's got Matt Campbell and Felipe Nasr. But also, side note, in the number 6 Porsche Penske, they're also getting an extra a new driver for Petit Le Mans.
Who's that?
One Lawrence Vantour.
Oh.
He's coming back from the WEC to help out Porsche Penske since there's nothing going on in the WEC for that weekend.
Is he in the WEC in a prototype?
No.
Yeah, I thought he was.
Oh, yes. Sorry. He's in the Penske.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he knows the car inside.
He was originally slated to help out Pfaff Porsche in GTD.
Oh.
But apparently Mr. Roger Penske said, how about you come drive a GTP for us?
Wow.
Pretty sweet. But yeah, so to see Josef Newgarden in a Penske Porsche, since he also drives for Penske in Indy, pretty easy phone call to make if you're Mr. Roger Penske.
Makes sense. Just move him across the teams.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. It'll be neat to see. I hope that he does well.
Did you know that Newgarden has actually raced in IMSA before?
When? Rolex?
Yep. At this year's Rolex 24. He was in an LMP2 with Tower Motorsports.
That's right. He was.
I forgot about that.
I did too.
When I was reading the article, I was like, wait a minute.
So he has some IMSA experience, limited.
In a prototype. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's not like he did IMSA in, a GTD.
They're not massively different driving styles, those two cars.
The P2 to the GTP?
Yeah.
I wonder how much of a different driving style it is to an Indy car.
That I don't know.
I would be curious to know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But that'll be good for him. I hope he does well.
Yeah, really looking forward to see how Mr. Newgarden does at the Petit Le Mans this year.
That's right, the Tower car. Yep. Cool. All right, let's keep on moving on down the driver list because another familiar name, Mr. Jordan Taylor.
Yes, this is sad but also relieving at the same time. It's sad and heartwarming.
Okay.
Mr. Jordan Taylor is leaving Corvette.
Okay.
But where is he going?
Well, his dad is Mr.
Yes!
Wayne Taylor.
That's exactly where he's going.
Yeah, to his dad teams.
Uh-huh.
I know he went out and did his own thing. So did his other brother.
I was going to say, so did Ricky.
Right. They both did. But I'm sure they're both coming back.
Ricky has been back.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, Ricky's been racing with his dad.
So it's going to be both the Taylors.
But not together.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to be competing against each other. Wayne Taylor Racing Andretti is the new team name.
Right.
Is fielding a second car.
Oh.
So
2 Acuras?
Yeah. So the Acura that Ricky Taylor drives is, God, who does he drive with? He drives with Albuquerque, right?
I think so.
Mr. Jordan Taylor is going to be racing with Louis Delatraz.
Oh, wow.
In the other Acura.
Huh. Do you remember, it was a Rolex 24 like 5-6 years ago? They did the family trio. They had Wayne and the two other, Jordan and Ricky, in the same car.
Yeah.
And that was super cool to see.
Yeah.
We're not going to get that because Wayne's way too old now to drive these cars. And they're just too aggressive. They beat you up.
Yeah.
But I do want to see them two back in the same car because I think that that's a super cool thing.
Do you?
I do.
Because they're both very competitive.
I know.
I want to see who's the bestest Taylor.
Why can't you be competitive together and compete against the rest of the field? Because there's a massive, very competitive field out there in that class.
Well, yes, but you also got to think that if you're Wayne, you want the maximum amount of chances to get a Taylor on the top of the podium.
Yeah.
So instead of one chance, you now have two. You've doubled your opportunities.
Certainly. I guess I get that. But I don't know. I wonder if Wayne's assessment of the situation is they are both equally as good and they are the best drivers on the team. So they want the spread to be equal across the two cars.
Yeah.
Or do they want to have a supercar that's like only the best drivers are in that car and it's all the Taylor boys?
It just blitzes every race ever.
Right. I don't know. I would think you just want to win races. However you get the best drivers in the best cars, you just want to win races. In a championship like this, you just have to win races.
Yeah.
And I believe that the Acura, not with Jordan in it, but with Ricky in it, is currently in the championship lead by like 2 points.
Yeah, he is in battle for the lead.
It's like super, super close. And I think 3 of the 4 teams could win the championship in like the next race, which is,
I think that is pretty well correct. Yeah,
I think it'd be a Cadillac, a Porsche, or an Acura can win the championship in Petite. Gonna be a great race.
it's gonna be a great race.
Gonna be a great race. I'm actually glad to see him leave Corvette and come back to the family team.
I'm glad, but I also Corvette was such a good fit for him.
I agree, but he can keep the same funniness and entertainment at that team. It feels a little different. I'll agree. The Wayne Taylor doesn't have that energy about him. He's a business dude.
It's Corvette. Come on, man. Come on, man. Business in the front, party in the back. It is the Corvette mullet way. Like, come on. Rodney Sandstorm needs to live on.
He does.
We can't let Rodney Sandstorm die.
Yeah, it does feel a bit different to do that in an Acura.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
feel different.
How are you going to dress up Rodney Sandstorm in Acura garb?
I don't know. It's not full Mercedes. It's not full Porsche. It's not. It could be worse, but I agree. I think there's only one manufacturer on the grid that works. It's Corvette.
It is, yes.
Maybe Cadillac. Maybe
They have some GM ties.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
All right.
Either way, Jordan Taylor's going back to the family team. Kind of cool to see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So that wraps up the news, but we do have some races to preview because this weekend we went from last weekend of not having much racing to a lot of racing this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so last weekend there was really only NASCAR at Watkins Glen, and there was an SRO race. For the most part, that was the big majority of things happening. This weekend, though, F1 is finished up their summer break. They are back racing again. They are racing in the Dutch Grand Prix, so prepare to hear the Dutch national anthem twice in one weekend. There will be a lot of orange there. NASCAR is racing again. They are racing Daytona 2, so is this now the playoffs?
No, not yet.
It's like one of the last ones before the playoffs.
Right. I think it's a night race, though, right? Isn't it?
It might be, yeah.
Coke 400 or something.
Yep. Indy is also racing. Indy's racing at Gateway. But the race that I am most looking forward to, the IMSA race, VIR, Virginia International Raceway. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Fun track.
That always lends to such good racing.
Yep.
I love VIR. That VIR and Lime Rock are two that are just so exciting to watch.
Do you know if they'll have all the classes there? I don't think that they do.
I don't know. Let me double check on that real quick.
I know for sure GT will be there, but I believe that GTP will not be there. I don't know if LMP3 or LMP2 or... Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, that track is hilly, has a ton of undulation to it, is very entertaining to watch from a fan's perspective because you can see the cars sliding around, especially through the S's. It looks awesome to see.
So I'm reading this of, wait a minute, is this next year or this is this year? Oh, that's right. I forgot they are going Indy for a minute this year. But we are Michelin GT Challenge, so I am understanding that is probably not going to be...
Most likely just GT cars.
Yeah.
That's okay. That track can do well with just GT racing. I don't think that track really lends well to multi-class. It's too narrow, too hilly, too one line.
Yeah, it's going to be GT cars.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Makes sense. Yep.
Which is good.
Lots of racing to watch.
Yes, lots and lots of racing to watch.
F1, NASCAR, Indy, IMSA.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. So, that's all I got for episode 258. You got anything else?
Nope.
It's going to wrap us up then. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and drop a comment. Let us know, what do you think about Jordan Taylor's move back to the family team with Wayne Taylor Racing? And if you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto, Instagram is We Are Auto _, YouTube is We Are Auto, and our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.